of new people on here today, so my name's Laura Beth. I think y'all know that. Go ahead and start on your back in opening Shavasana. If you're just now joining, turn on the November-Deep playlist. And then once you're down on your back, you choose if you would like to extend your legs long with the feet hanging comfortably open. Or if you would like to bend your knees and bring your feet to the ground so that your low back can really flatten down to the earth, almost like you're going to set up for a bridge pose. Or some of you might like to take Supta Konasana, your supine butterfly pose, with the soles of the feet pressing in together. The heels in towards your sits bones and your knees hang comfortably open. So pick the one that works for you. And you have the option here. This is our gentle flow and kind of stretch class. So do with that what you will, right? Take care of yourself. But if it feels appropriate to you to close down your eyes, I invite you to do so. Otherwise, let your gaze just rest on the ceiling above you. Relax your brow. Wiggle your jaw from side to side. And begin to deepen your breath. So by slowing down, you really have the opportunity to connect to this breath, this dynamic life force, honestly. So do that here. Maybe you count 4 counts in, and then 4 counts back out. Now if your hands are doing anything else, go ahead and let them come down to the mat next to you, palms face up, so that your shoulders soften down away from your ears. You'll feel the back of your skull just kind of resting on your mat. Take an inhale. And then take your right ear, your right cheek to the mat as you exhale. So just turn your face to the right. And then you inhale to come back through center. Exhale, turn your face to the left. And just go side to side. Give yourself a moment to see what's happening in your neck today, your shoulders, your traps. Some of you are going to be like, they feel great. My ear goes all the way down to the mat. Some of you are going to be like, I don't know yet. Also good. Match your breath to your movement. And then the next time you've evened out and you've gone both right and left, come back to center. Gaze either closed down or to the ceiling. And on your inhale, take a full body stretch. Press your feet forward, reach your arms overhead. Oh my gosh, that felt great. Oh. And then as you exhale, just soften and kind of let go, but leave your arms overhead and your feet extending forward. Now take another inhale, slide your feet over to the right corner of your mat, and your hands over to the right corner of your mat. And then this might feel perfect and you don't need any more, but if you do, you can cross your left ankle over the right. And then maybe your right hand catches your left wrist and you continue to pull a little bit, but not too much, right? I use the word pull lightly. Both shoulders are still down on the earth, getting that stretch through the left side of your body. It all feels so tight for me. And then as you inhale, slowly release, come through center and slide your feet to the left corner. Start off ankle next to ankle. Don't cross right out the gate. And then slide your shoulders, your hands up and over as well. Both shoulders down on the mat. Press your right hip down to the earth as well. Your feet are flexed. And then if you need it, you cross your right ankle over the left. Oh my goodness. And then left hand catches your right wrist. Notice how as you inhale, everything kind of bows open on the right side. It stretches, creates space. Yeah. Your next inhale, slide it back through center, unravel, unwind. And as you exhale, hug your knees and towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shins. You'll feel your low back nice and flat on the mat. And then I like to take a baby rock side to side. I'm not going completely over to either side. And turn my gaze in the opposite direction from the knees. Ankle next to ankle rather than crossing. Shoulders soften away from the ears. The collarbones are broad. Good. Then come back into center. Let your feet come down to the mat about hip width distance apart. Or maybe even mat's width, right? Like you feel it out. And then take your knees side to side for a moment. So we're spending a lot of time just waking up the body today. Going gently into our practice. There's time for everything. Don't rush it. Notice where your breath went. Can you bring it back to something deep, harmonious within the body, even? And then you come back to center. Now bring your feet about hip width distance apart, down on the ground. Left foot stays down, but hug your right knee in towards your chest. Relax your shoulders back and down. So your left foot is planted to the earth, your knee is bent, low back to the mat. Maybe you stir around your right ankle. Maybe you stir your right thigh bone around in the hip socket, right? I particularly enjoy that, but it's, that's me. Then come back to center. Press your right foot up into the sky. Interlace your fingers behind your right hamstring and then flex your right foot. Relax your shoulders back and down, and then maybe in this space, you do the circling of your ankle again in both directions. And then slide your hands maybe closer to your right calf or your right ankle. And allow for your right leg to draw in towards your chest with your right foot flexed. Relax your shoulders. Some of you are going to bend your elbows and lift your chest. It's all good. If that's what you need, it's okay. But notice what's happening with your left leg. You see how my left knee wants to splay out? Can you use the engagement of your left inner thigh to keep your knee straight forward? Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, head and shoulders down if you lifted, and then bend your right knee and take your right ankle to your left knee, your left thigh. Externally rotate your right thigh bone, your right hip. Good. Just take that figure four here for a moment. And then there's an inhale here. As you exhale, you can either stay there or draw your left knee, your left thigh in towards your chest. Relax your shoulders. Soft flex to both feet. You can stay still, or you can kind of move side to side. So I've been telling y'all that the last couple of weeks, right? Like you can be still, or you can move a little bit. Your right forearm presses into the right inner thigh. It's just kind of a little nuzzle to remind your right hip and thigh bone to externally rotate to really get some space there. And then let your left foot come back down to the ground. Open your arms out to a T, palms face down. Inhale here. Now as you exhale, listen and let the knees fall to the right to start. So getting a side body stretch here on the left side. Ooh, I got a little pop there. And be gentle. We haven't done a whole lot yet. It's like warming up. So if this doesn't feel great, stay in your figure four. I like to turn my gaze in the opposite direction from my knees. And then you inhale, slowly come back to center. And on your exhale, let your knees fall to the left now and turn your gaze to the right. So we played with this the other day, a couple times, actually last week, I believe. Notice what's happening here. Do you like your right knee to point straight up? Do you like to kind of press your right knee away? Or do you like to kind of hug it in and go deeper into the twist? Or do you need a little combo of all three, right? Just notice what you feel when you do that. If it's painful, stop. If it's uncomfortable, sit with it and breathe. And just notice the nuances of your body when you're quiet and you're breathing. Intricacies, right? Slowly come back into center. You're in your figure four. Take an inhale. And then find a happy baby as you exhale. Peace fingers to your big toes or hands to the inner outer arches of your feet. You can rock side to side, whatever you like. Relax your shoulders, your collarbones are broad. Take an inhale, and then feet back down to the earth as you exhale. Nice. Now your right foot stays planted. Hug your left knee in towards your chest, and interlace your fingers around your left shin. Roll out your left ankle if you like it in both directions. Notice what's happening with your right knee, your right thigh. Maybe you stir your left thigh bone around. Both directions if you go there. And gently bring it back and then extend your left foot up into the sky. Interlace your fingers around your hamstring. Slight flex to your left foot. Now check your right knee and thigh again. And slowly, maybe I kind of roll out the ankle first and kind of rub my left hamstring to warm it up a little bit more. And then if you like it, you can start to draw your left thigh closer into your chest. I keep my left foot flexed. You could also bend your elbows, lift your chest, and bring your thigh closer in towards your torso. It doesn't feel great on my left knee today, so I'm going to back off a little bit. Take an inhale. And then cross your left ankle over your right knee, right thigh as you exhale. Flex slightly into your left foot. And let your left knee just move away from your chest. So you're externally rotating. So you can even take your left hand to your left inner thigh. Kind of move it away, right? Open it up manually. you can stay right here. Or exhale into your reclined pigeon. Now you're going to flex slightly through both feet to support your knees. The left forearm kind of nuzzles into your left inner thigh. You can rock it side to side if you like. Or you can just be still. But do keep your deep and even breath. Take one more inhale. And let your right foot come back down to the ground as you exhale. Open your arms out like a T. Take an inhale, palms face down. Knees fall to the left, gaze to the right as you exhale. Just get that stretch. Let your left heel be a little weight for the outside of your right leg. If you're not into it, just stay in your figure four. And then you inhale, draw the knees back through center. Exhale, let your knees fall to the right, turn your gaze to the left. Now notice what naturally happens here as the left foot finds the ground. You can keep your left knee kind of pointing straight up. You can gently press it away. I feel more like in the left side waist there. Or you can hug your left knee in towards your chest. I feel it more in the outer glute and the hip. It might be different for you, right? So pay attention. Slowly come back to center as you inhale. A second time. Happy baby as you exhale. Let your knees come kind of towards your underarms. Flex your feet. Rock side to side if you dig it. You could also, some of you have the space, but just because you can doesn't always mean you should. You know who I'm talking to. So if the hamstring flexibility is creating an issue in your low back or in your gluteal fold or in your knees because it's too much, maybe you stay here with a bent knee, right? It's all good. I've had to teach myself these lessons, so I'm there with you. All right. Bring your knees back together. Slide your hands behind your thighs. And then you take spinal rocks and rolls, like maybe 3, so that you find a little supple sensation across your spine. Keep your low back rounded so it doesn't slap against the mat. And then come forward, cross your feet at the ankles. And then step back into your box pose, right? So stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Knees underneath your hips. And on an inhale, let a soft belly drop down towards the ground. Lift your chin, lift your tail. And then as you exhale, arch your upper back, navel to your spine. Separate your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin. Inhale the belly down. The heart presses forward. There's a sway to your low back. And then exhale, navel to spine. Separate your shoulder blades. The crown of your head hangs down. And then inhale, belly down, last round. Exhale, arch your upper back. Separate your shoulder blades. Now inhale back into a neutral spine. And then take hip circles or sways from side to side. So you can make this about the entire body. It can be big, it can be small. It's whatever you need it to be. Just find some natural movement in your physical body right here for just a moment. See what you need. Where do you feel great? Where do you feel open? Where do you feel like you've created some space? But then also maybe the spots that need just a little bit more attention, right? And it's all good. It's just yoga, y'all, right? All right, come back into your box pose. Take an inhale, press your palms down, and then lift your hips up up and back into an inverted letter V shape with the body as you exhale. So let your heels get heavy. Chest in towards the thighs. And I want you to take about 5 breaths here, which I know might not feel really gentle, but I want you to get into this shape. There's an internal rotation of your thigh bones, external rotation of the shins. You might feel like your outer heels are kind of lining up with your pinky toes. And some of you might take a bend to the knees and lift your heels so that you can really feel your tailbone lift up and create that hinge at your hips. It's all good. Make sure you're pressing down evenly into the ball mounds of your feet. Take an inhale, everybody soft bend to the knees so that you can look forward. As many steps or as few as you want. As you exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale as your halfway lift, crown forward, tail back, the belly pulls up. Exhale, chest to your thighs, crown of the head down, let everything go. Stay here for a moment. Maybe you grab opposite elbows with your hands. Some of you are going to bend the knees and sit the hips back slightly so that you get out of the hamstrings. Some of you kind of roll in between the ball mounds and the heels of your feet. Feel the difference. And then try to get some of the weight to rest more into the front part of your foot instead of the heel. And then let your hands come down to the ground. Completely exhale. And then root to rise on your inhale. Reach your arms all the way up and look up. Stay for your exhale. Now as you inhale, let your fingers reach higher. Your navel pulls up and away from your pubic bone. Your sternum up and away from your navel. Every time, every class. And then you exhale the right arm down, the left arm up and over for a side body stretch. If you feel this in your low back, take the top of your pubic bone and draw it slightly upward, lengthen. And then you inhale, both arms high. Exhale, left arm down, right arm reaches. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, elbows back and down. Lift your chest, press your hips forward. And then you inhale, take your arms high. On the exhale, pull the pit of your belly in and up. Hinge at your hips, forward fold, chest to your thighs, crown of the head down. Inhale to your halfway lift. And then exhale, hands down. Step your left foot to the back of your mat and soften your left knee down. So grab your towel for underneath your knee if you need it. Right knee tracks over the heel or the ankle. Take your time. And then as you inhale, arms come up overhead. Settle in for your exhale. I just want you to feel everything out. So notice if there's tension or pressure in your right kneecap. If you feel that, maybe you lift your toes so that you're not gripping the mat. You might feel a pretty deep sensation in the front of your left hip. That's all good, right? It's okay, as long as it's not pain. And then pull your floating ribs together. Reach your arms up as you inhale. And then take your left arm under the right as you exhale. You can hug opposite shoulders. Or you could eagle up your arms if you're ready for that kind of movement in the upper back and in the shoulders. So you're pressing your forearms together. Now take an inhale right here. As you exhale, think cat spine and tuck your elbows in. Open up the back side of your heart. And then you inhale, maybe you lift. Think more cow spine. Exhale, arch your upper back, tuck your elbows in. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Keep pressing down into your right foot. And then you inhale, slowly unravel, shoulders over hips. Exhale, the hands come down, shift your hips back. Half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Your right leg goes straight. Flex your right toes towards your shin. Hands down, either on block supports or to the earth. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward. Maybe you take an inhale, lift your chest, draw your heart towards your right toes. Now, if you are extremely limited or even a little limited in the hamstrings, flaring the tailbone back might be really hard. But if you bend your right knee, you might notice you can flare it back a little bit more, right? So play around with different things. Breathe. And then you walk yourself forward on an inhale, bend into your right knee. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee as you exhale. And then right leg sweeps up and back on your inhale to a three-leg dog. And then you exhale, bend your right hip. Bend your right hip, bend your right knee, stack your hip. Yawn it open, press equally into both hands. Circle it out if you need to. And then you inhale, extend your right leg nice and long. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb, back foot flat, 45-degree angle. Inhale to warrior one, arms up overhead, shoulders over the hips. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Your right knee tracks the heel of the ankle. You press actively into the outer edge of your left foot. Take an inhale. Open your arms to a T, warrior two. As you exhale, gaze over your right fingertips. Commit to the bend in your right knee. Relax your shoulders back and down. Good. Now flip your hands up so that your palms face up. Gaze to the pool of your right palm, so you don't take your gaze off of here. You stay right there the whole time. There are only three. As you inhale, straighten your right leg, press your palms overhead, your gaze follows. Exhale, bend your right knee, warrior two. Inhale, triangle legs, press your palms together overhead. Exhale, bend your right knee, open your arms. Inhale, last one, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and open. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right knee stays bent, stretch through the right side body. And then as you exhale, windmill your hands down. Frame your front foot with your hands. Inhale to pull your heart forward. Pit of your belly draws up. Exhale, use the emptying of your lungs to drape your chest on top of your right thigh and lift your left leg to the sky. Standing split. Hands can be on supports, down on the ground. Dial your left pinky toe in. So whenever you notice that your left leg is internally rotated, you're going to feel it more in the outer right hip, right? That's good. Maybe your right hand finds your right ankle. Take one more inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale to your halfway lift. Crown forward, tail back. Pull your belly in and up. Exhale, chest to your thighs. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Arms out and up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Root down into the four corners of your left foot. Tree pose. So your right foot comes in towards the left ankle. Or you have the choice. You could bring it up towards your left calf. To your left inner thigh. As long as it's not touching your left knee. And then really make contact with the sole of your right foot and whatever part of your left leg that you're touching. Take the pit of your belly and draw it up. Slight tuck of your pelvis. Maybe feel the lengthening of your low back and how that really opens up your right hip. And then press your right knee back ever so slightly so you feel how you're opening on the front side of your right hip, but you're engaging on the back side, right? You feel it maybe like in your gluteus medius, maybe? It's kind of where I feel it. Good. breathe, y'all. Focus. Wobble if you need to. Fall out of it and come back. Squeeze at the base of your pubic bone. Engage Mulabandha. Take one more inhale. Release as you exhale. Shake it out. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. Circle them out. Arms out and up as you inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift on your inhale. Crown forward, tailbone back, belly up. Hands down to the ground. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Right knee to the earth as you exhale. Check that your left knee tracks the heel or the ankle. You're going to feel it in the front of your right hip, especially after all the work you just did there, right? Root down into the four corners of your left foot. Take your time. Energetically squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. And your arms will come up overhead. Good. Check that your left knee is tracking the heel or the ankle. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And remember to breathe, to soften your face, your shoulders down away from the earlobes. Take one more inhale, reach your fingers a little bit higher. And as you exhale, right arm underneath left, you can hug opposite shoulders, it's perfect. Or palm to palm, the choice is yours. Take an inhale right here. Cat spine as you exhale, arching your upper back, tuck your elbows in. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tuck. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, unravel, shoulders over your hips. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Shift your hips back, straighten your left leg, flex your toes back towards your shin. Good. Now lift your chest, pull the heart towards your left toes. Let your pinky toe come back towards the shin as well. And then you exhale, melt your chest towards your thigh. Now play around with taking the soft bend of your left knee and extending the tail towards the back of your mat, or maybe not, right? Hands on supports, on blocks, or on the ground. You choose. Belly's up. You might hear the neighbors. And slowly walk this forward as you inhale. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee. Stay for your exhale. Float your left leg up and back for three-leg dog on your inhale. And let your right heel get heavy. Bend your left knee, stack your hip on it, open as you exhale. Now keep your left shoulder pointing down. Circle it out if you need to. And then you inhale, the left leg extends. Exhale, step your left foot all the way forward, right foot flat. Inhale, arms up overhead for warrior one. Exhale, just settle in. Be here for a moment, feel this out. Your first warrior one on the left side. Engage your right glute and hamstring to support your spine and wrap your right side rib cage forward. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, open up warrior two, left side. Widening your stance if you need to. Left knee tracks the heel of the ankle, arms open up to a T. Relax your shoulders back and down and pull the pit of your belly up. Long spine. Palms flip up. Gaze drishti to your left palm. It doesn't move. And then you inhale, straighten your front leg, palms up overhead. Gaze follows. Exhale, warrior two, arms open out. Drishti to your palm. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and through the left side of your body. Left knee stays bent. And then as you exhale, windmill your hands down. Frame your front foot with your hands. Inhale, just pull your chest forward. Root your palms down into your supports or the ground. And then exhale, standing split. Straighten your left leg, lift your right. Crown of the head is down, so your drishti is somewhere like on your left shin, your knee, maybe your own navel. But try not to look at your toes, because that's going to engage your neck, and we're letting the cervical spine just hang here. Dial your right pinky toe down. Good, y'all. Take one more inhale. Forward fold, top of your mat as you exhale. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, we root to rise, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. We're down to the four corners of your right foot. Your left foot comes towards the right ankle, the right calf, all the way up and towards your right inner thigh. The choice is yours. Check your hips. I have a tendency to really lift the left hip here. Take a soft tuck of the pelvis. Notice how that increases what's happening in your left hip. Then press your left knee slightly back. Breathe. Pit of the belly in. Collarbones are broad. Your chest lifts. Hands at heart center if you like it. Take one more inhale. Softly release as you exhale. Shake it out. Arms come out and up on your inhale. Fold yourself down as you exhale. Inhale to your halfway lift. Now coming all the way down to the belly. Bring your hands to the ground. Step your feet back. It's a gentle day, so you can always bring the knees down first. And then slowly soften yourself all the way, chest and belly to the ground. Tops of the feet down. And bring your elbows and your forearms to the earth. So you want your arms to look like a number 11. And your glutes are kind of relaxed. And then your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Your wrists are in front of your elbows. Palms flat. And go pulling your elbows back at the same time as you're pulling your hips forward. And if you feel this in the low back, take the top of your pubic bone and draw it slightly upward. Gaze is neutral, just probably towards the top of your mat, so there's nothing going on in your neck. Feel this stretch on the front side of your body. So you're strengthening the back side, lengthening the front side. Take one more inhale. Some of you for just a moment might lift your chest a little bit higher by lifting the elbows. There's no pain in the low back, no sensation at all. And then elbows down, slide your hands back, forehead to the ground. Maybe you pick up your feet and windshield wiper your heels from side to side. And then let your feet come down to the ground. Inhale, press your palms into the earth. Lift your chest to press back through a box pose. Exhale to child's pose. Rest your chest on top of your thighs, hips to your heels. The arms reach forward. And as you breathe in, you know that you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know that you're breathing out. And on your inhale, slowly lift yourself back up. And on the exhale, lift your hips into downward facing dog. Inhale, bend into the knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, take your chest to your thighs. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down for a chair pose, shoulders over your hips. Exhale, just sink down a little bit deeper. Feet can be about hip width distance apart for low back comfort, or they can be zipped up together. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine, reach your fingertips high. On the exhale, open arm twist to the right. Let your right fingertips reach back, your left fingertips reach forward. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale to your chair pose. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Last round. Inhale, front and center. Exhale, open right. Inhale to center. Exhale, open left. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Heel till your feet out, heels in, toes out. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low. You can always sit on a block. You can slide it underneath. You can sit on 2 blocks for your Malasana Yogic Squat. Hands come to heart center. Lift your chest, and you can rock side to side if you need that movement here, or you can just sit still. You choose. Wherever you are, breathe. Take it all in. And bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift your hips, turn your toes to 12 o'clock, but leave your feet wide. And then exhale, take a ragdoll pose, hands to opposite elbows. Now, I like to kind of elephant trunk this and sway side to side if my low back is feeling good. If you don't feel great there, just stay and hang. If it feels good to get some movement, move around. And then come back to center. Let your hands come down to the ground. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step your feet back. Soften your knees to the earth. All right. So if you have a support or a block, you can slide it between your heels and sit back on it for a supported hero's pose. If you are good with hero's pose and you don't need to sit on top of anything, then just remove whatever it is that you put underneath yourself and sit all the way down. Ideally, your knees would stay together. I'm not as worried about them staying completely together as them lifting off of the ground. If they're lifting off of the ground as you come back or anything like that, then that just means that you're pushing your tendons, your ligaments too far, and they're pulling everything up off of the ground, right? So you want the knees to stay flat, the shins to stay flat. But you could walk yourself back if you want. You could even recline. I'm going to kind of just stay right here because it feels good. Breathe. Just notice where you are and how it feels. Maybe you can slide the block out from underneath you. Tops of your feet are down, so the soles are kind of facing up to the sky. And then your hips drop down in between your heels. I feel like this is probably about as deep as I should go today. So I'm going to stay right here and breathe. All right, y'all. If you came all the way down, press into your forearms, press your hands into your feet so that you can slowly come back up. Find a box pose. And then once I'm in my box pose, I like to lift my feet and roll out my ankles because, you know, the tops of your feet down is a little intense sometimes. Okay, y'all. Once again, take your time, but come down to your belly. Now from here, You'll probably just have to really listen. I mean, you've all done this with me before, if you've practiced with me before. But your left hand comes directly underneath your left shoulder. Your right arm reaches out at shoulder height with the palm facing down. So you got to make sure that your right arm is coming straight out of your shoulder socket. Take your right ear to the ground. And then lift your left foot. So bend your left knee. Now you'll press in towards your left palm so that you roll over your right shoulder with your head still down. And your left foot will cross behind your right hamstring. So opening up through the front side of your right shoulder, your pecs, all that good stuff, and breathe. Now if you actually need more, you might bend your right knee as well and bring your right foot to the floor. Don't overdo it. And if you took any variations, you come out the same way you came in until your left leg comes back to the ground, left hand underneath your left shoulder, forehead to the earth, tops of the feet down. And then your right hand comes underneath the right shoulder. Left arm will extend out long next to you, palm face down. Left ear to the mat. Bend your right knee. And then take your right foot behind your left hamstring. And roll over onto your left glute, your left hip. Feel the stretch. If you need more, you bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the ground too. And then slowly reverse out whatever you went into. Take those same steps to get out. And then just let yourself be flat on the mat for a moment, palms down. Now bend your right knee, let your right hand reach back and catch your right ankle. And just stretch your right quad this way. Some of you might bring your left forearm to the ground, tick-tock it in, kind of like at a diagonal, and then lift your chest. Also okay. There should be no pain. And you can get your right shoulder to soften down away from your right ear, better. Soft release of your right foot. Right hand down to the ground, forehead to the earth. Maybe you rock your hips side to side. And then bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand and catch your left ankle. Just internally rotate your left shoulder so you're not trying to yank your left shoulder back. Roll it back down. And if you need more, maybe you slide your right forearm to the ground, your elbow to the ground with your right fingers kind of tick-tocking in. You're at an angle. So your elbow would be like at 4 o'clock and your fingertips like at 10 or 11. And then maybe you flip the grip of your left hand so that the fingers point down. Breathe. No pain, no sensation in the low back. And now the yard work has started outside. Take an inhale. Soft release as you exhale. Forehead down, feet down to the ground. Maybe you wiggle your hips from side to side. And then you slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, hips to your heels for child's pose. You can roll your forehead from side to side if you'd like. And then you inhale, press up into your box pose. Cross your feet at the ankles, sit back on your heels. And extend your legs out in front of you. Toes point up. And on your inhale, reach your arms out and up. And as you exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold, chest to your thighs. Relax your brow. Relax your jaw. Breathe in and know that you're breathing in. Breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. And then as you inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze. And as you exhale, slowly roll your shoulders back up over your hips. Good. Now take your left leg out in front of you. Bring the sole of your right foot towards your left inner thigh. And as you inhale, reach your arms out and up. On the exhale, Janu Shirshasana A. Chest to your left thigh. Reach your arms forward. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And breathe. You can bend your left knee. And then you inhale, slowly lift your chest. Stack your shoulders back over your hips. Lift your right knee and plant your right foot to the floor. There's about a fist width distance between your inner thigh and your right foot. Left hand behind your left hip, right arm reaches to the sky as you inhale. And then exhale, hinge forward, right hand reaches for the outer edge of your left foot or wraps around your right shin, left arm around the small of your back for Marichyasana A. You don't have to take the bind, it's all good. You can stay just like this. Or inhale. Take the forehead down to the left knee as you exhale. Breathe. You inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale to release. Leave your legs as they are. Right hand behind your right hip. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Take your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Check your left leg, it stays active. The right foot flat, your knee instead of splaying out, hugging in. Broad collarbone. Maybe your gaze goes towards your right shoulder. Sitting up on the sits bones rather than rolling towards the low back. And then you inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, drop your hands to the left. Take a little twist. Come back to center as you inhale. Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs as you exhale. Soles of your feet together. Heels in towards your sits bones. Let your knees fall open. Hands find your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, just hinge forward. Only to the degree of your ability for today, right? So wherever you can naturally go without pushing, pulling. And you inhale, slowly lift back up. Bring your knees back together as you exhale. Extend your right leg long. Let the sole of your left foot come to your right inner thigh. And on the inhale, reach your arms out and up. As you exhale, fold over your right side. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. And then you inhale, slowly lift your gaze, stack your shoulders back over your hips. Exhale, lift your left knee, sole of the left foot flat on the ground, space between the inner arch and the right inner thigh. Right hand behind your right hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lift your left arm high. On the exhale, hinge forward, left hand grabs for the outer edge of your right foot. You could stay right there, or you can wrap your left arm around your left shin. Right arm around the small of your back. Keep hugging your left knee in. Spin your right toes up towards the sky. Stay lifted or inhale. Forehead to the right knee as you exhale. And then you inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale to release, but leave your left leg as it is. Left hand behind your left hip, right arm reaches up as you inhale. And then twist in towards the left as you exhale. So you can hook your right elbow kind of towards the outside of your left knee, your left thigh. Lengthen your spine, crown of the head reaches as you inhale. And then this twist is just a little bit different, a little bit deeper as you exhale. Take an inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, take a counter twist to the right so you can release out of your spine. Inhale, come back to center. And then as you exhale, extend both legs out long and open them out wide. So Upavishta Konasana. And then we're down on our backs and finishing. Lift your chest as you inhale. Toes and knees point to the sky. And then walk yourself forward as you exhale. You can take a soft bend to the knees if you need it, right? So do what you need to do. There should be no pain pulling or tugging around your kneecap. Relax your brow. Soften your jaw. And breathe. And slowly walk yourself back up as you inhale. Bring the feet back together as you exhale. Take your time. Roll down one vertebra at a time until you're back on your back. Take a full body stretch as you inhale. Hug your knees in towards your chest as you exhale, rocking side to side. And then extend your left leg long. Hug your right knee in as you inhale. And then cross your right leg over to the left as you exhale. One last little wringing out of the body. Turn your gaze to the right. And then as you inhale, come back to center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Exhale, extend the right leg long, hug your left knee in. Take an inhale. And then cross your left knee over to the right, gaze to the left, your left arm is long, out to the side body. And you breathe. And you slowly come back to center as you inhale. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Lift your forehead up to your knees as you exhale. Stay here for one breath in. And then breathe out. Fully exhale. Open up into your Shavasana. Now, normally I would close down Shavasana for our class. I would do this a little bit differently. But since they're clearly like cutting concrete on the opposite side of my window, I want you to stay in your Shavasana as long and as peacefully as possible. So I was going to do a short guided meditation today, but I'll add it on tomorrow's class and hope for more cooperative environments. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, stay right where you are. I'll turn off the camera in a second, so you're going to be in your own peaceful space. Let yourself go here. Stay in your Shavasana for as long as you can, for as long as you want. Close your eyes, let the top side of your body be light and floating and weightless. While the bottom side is heavy and grounded, it's rooted. And enjoy the fruits of your yoga practice, right? Your breathing. Let it all go at this point and just be and rest. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with an all levels flow. Thank you all so much. Namaste.